I have a relative who genuinely believes that the current refugee crisis is nothing to do with people in Syria being bombed out of their homes. According to him, people being kidnapped by rival factions and forced to fight and die for causes they don't support isn't relevant at all. He believes that all Muslims want to subjugate Western democracies and that not a single Muslim can be trusted. He has no explanation for why the majority of people fighting against groups like ISIS are other Muslims. He's blinkered, closed-minded, bloodthirsty. If you were to ask him, he'd tell you quite calmly that he would very much likely to man a machine gun post on top of the White Cliffs of Dover to shoot refugees, men, women and presumably children, before they made it to shore. Not too surprisingly, he also denies anthropogenic climate change and believes that COVID-19 is a hoax. He used to believe in the global Earth and the moon landings, but who knows if he still does. I disowned him in 2016 for his hateful racism and have had no inclination to communicate with him since. God knows what crackpot ideas he's collected since then. 5G, anyone? The point here is to acknowledge that people who support any crackpot conspiracy theory have a problem with critical thinking. They don't understand how to evaluate ideas or proposals and, generally speaking, wouldn't recognise, let alone be able to define logical fallacies if they came up and bit them on the arse. These people aren't stupid. They just never learned how to reason properly, and that leaves them vulnerable to all sorts of stupid ideas. And it leaves you with two, and I think only two, options for dealing with them. One, teach them some critical thinking. The techniques of street epistemology, originally defined by Peter Boghossian to aid atheists dealing with religious zealots, work in any situation where the problem isn't stupidity but a lack of thinking skills, provided you can get the person to engage with you in the first place. If that's not possible, then the next best approach, in my opinion, is to demonstrate to them precisely what they're aiming to achieve. It's no coincidence that the Human Rights Convention was developed after World War II by the very people who'd just sat in judgment over Nazi war criminals in Nuremberg. They knew the value of rights because they'd seen them removed. So let the discriminator have a taste of their own medicine. Show them in terms they'll understand exactly what they propose for their fellow man. They want to ostracise Muslims? Ostracise them. They want to insult and dehumanize others for their beliefs? Do the same for them. They refuse to patronize shops run by black or Asian people? Refuse to patronize their businesses. They exclude East Europeans from their circle of friends. Exclude them from yours. In short, do to them what they would do to others so long as you remain within the law. Let natural justice take its toll as they stand isolated and lonely on the outside, whilst you and your Polish, black and Asian friends enjoy a life of friendship and acceptance that your racist former friend has denied himself. You may think this is a bit much, to ostracise former friends, acquaintances, relatives, even siblings, but it's not. It's entirely appropriate. Not only that we do this, but that we let it be known that we've done so. Not for some sad, sordid, virtue-signalling sort of way, but because this is how we encourage other fair-minded people to do the same. So give the abusers the chance to listen, to discuss, and to shake off the brainwashing of Breitbart, of Farage, of Robinson, of Golding, of Hopkins. And then, if they persist in their abuse of their fellow citizens, exclude them. After all, nobody deserves it more. And remember the slogan, I have no racist friends.